at such a dark place in my life that I was so hopeless. I felt like such a failure. 19 years old. 19 was probably one of the worst years of my life. My first thought was suicide, truly.
And I wasn't ready to face certain things that I had gone through, wasn't ready to have those difficult conversations with myself.
No matter what I say, it's the marriage is ending.
It always starts with a smile in public, a subtle like on Instagram, or a comment that seems harmless, until fans put the pieces together and realize there's way more to the story. For years, the relationship between Madison Beer and Justin Bieber was packaged as innocent mentorship. But now, fans are asking, why does Hailey Bieber look like the third wheel in her own marriage? The moment that sparked it all was simple. Justin Bieber, married, father figure vibes, supposedly reformed, commented on a photo of Madison Beer with 3 words. But those 3 words triggered a storm. Because for anyone who's been watching, this wasn't just a compliment. It was a thread in a years-long pattern of cryptic behavior, blurred boundaries, and questionable closeness that has people wondering, why is Justin still so emotionally invested in Madison Beer? Let's rewind. Madison Beer was just 12 years old when Justin Bieber tweeted her singing video. It was supposed to be her fairy tale beginning. A global superstar discovers a girl on YouTube and changes her life. But now, more than a decade later, that fairy tale has a dark twist. And the princess might have been trapped in someone else's story all along. When Justin discovered Madison, he was 19, already a household name, already controversial. And Madison? Just a wide-eyed preteen who worshipped him. He didn't just support her, he signed her. Same label, same management, same machine. But that kind of access doesn't come free. It comes with loyalty, silence, control. Over the years, Justin and Madison were seen together over and over again. Walks in the hills, studio sessions, paparazzi shots that made people raise their eyebrows. One clip in particular resurfaced, Justin holding Madison's hand on a trail, before suddenly running away and leaving her behind when the cameras showed up. Fans called it humiliating. Others called it revealing. What kind of mentor abandons his so-called protege in the middle of a media moment? Even more confusing is how Hailey Bieber fits into all of this. She married Justin in 2018, but she had known Madison long before that. All 3 of them have a strange overlap in history. In interviews, Madison says she's known Hailey since she was 10. But if that's true, how does she explain the fact that Justin's interactions with Madison continued long into his marriage, with comments, appearances, and an online presence that seems to always pull her back in? There's a theory fans can't ignore, that Hailey was never the only woman in Justin's emotional orbit, that he spent years attaching himself to younger women, Madison, Sophia Richie, even Billie Eilish, always justifying it as mentorship, but never fully detaching. Some even say he uses mentorship as a mask for emotional dependence. And maybe control. Madison has always been careful when speaking about Justin. She calls him her mentor, her idol, her friend. But the warmth is almost too perfect, too polished. Especially when you realize how often Justin has left emotional damage in his wake. Just ask Selena Gomez. Or better yet, ask Hailey Bieber, who's been accused of being more of a damage control agent than a wife. Earlier this year, rumors began circling again. A blind item alleged that Madison Beer was still in Justin's inner circle, not musically, but emotionally. The item claimed she was someone he constantly leaned on, someone who had been trained to stay in his life quietly, even as the cameras focused on Hailey. That same week, Justin was seen liking 2 of Madison's Instagram posts, one of which showed her in a sheer outfit with the caption, "Good girl, gone rogue." Fans weren't having it. Comments flooded in, "This is why Hailey looks stressed. He never left Madison emotionally." The red flags have always been there. But the most telling moment might have come from Hailey herself. Though she never names names, her recent TikTok showed her lip-syncing to the words, "I'm not mad, I'm just hurt." And that's worse. Within hours, fans connected it to the Madison situation. Because behind all the Instagram perfect posts, Hailey has always looked like someone trying to hold on to a man who still has pieces of himself with someone else. Some fans say Madison is innocent in all this, that she was discovered, controlled, sexualized too young, and never given the chance to build her own identity without Justin's shadow. Others say she's complicit, that she benefits from staying close to Justin. That silence is part of the deal. That public praise, vague interviews, and mutual admiration are all just PR gymnastics to hide a much more complicated past. Let's not forget, this isn't the first time Justin's interactions with young women have been called out. He flew 17-year-old Sophia Richie to Mexico during his relationship spiral. He commented on Billie Eilish's photos when she was just 17, saying he'd protect her. But fans noticed a pattern. His version of protection often feels like possession. And Hailey, she seems to always play the role of the forgiving wife, the one who stays, who smiles, who defends. But more and more, fans are asking, at what cost? Even Madison seems to be cracking the image. In a recent interview, she said, "People don't know how much I've had to carry that wasn't mine." Some took that as a nod to Justin, to all the baggage she was handed as a teenager, to being forced to play nice in a system that never let her grow up on her own terms. The sad truth is, everyone in this triangle might be trapped. Madison, caught between loyalty and freedom. Hailey, between denial and reality. And Justin, between public redemption and private chaos. But the most haunting part? The silence. Because while the paparazzi snap photos and fans tweet their theories, no one is saying what really happened. No one is admitting how deep it went. And maybe they never will. Because in Hollywood, the truth is only worth something if it doesn't ruin the brand. And for now, Hailey Bieber might still be smiling for the cameras. But the internet knows that smile is cracking.